I got plugged into the BCM my freshman year, the vision for living in the dorms and sharing the gospel with freshmen, man, really caught fire in my heart. One of the guys that I met really stood out to me. His name was Jaden. We actually met him because his dad had called and told us to track him down. And man, when we got to spend time with him, we could see the fire for Christ was there, and I got to invest in him. And that next year, he lived in the dorms with me so he could reach freshmen too, and he could share the gospel. And man, he did.
I met a guy named Wyatt who later invited me to his dorm to just hang out because all the Pride people were drinking. And I got to see through spending more and more time around this group of people in the BCM what living for Jesus really was like in college.
I'd grown up in church, but I hadn't ever come to know Christ. I met an upperclassman who led me to a pizza bash, and from there I stayed pretty well involved with the guys here. The staff and the upperclassmen just poured into students and made me feel really special. It made me feel like there were people here who cared about me when I was so far away from home.
Reed was a member of my small group sophomore year. Eventually, he expressed interest in getting discipled. He talked through his life story up to that point, and I didn't notice a point in there where he said he came to know Jesus, so I was like, okay, where in that story did that happen? And he admitted to me that he never had before. I'm like, what's stopping you from coming to know Christ right now? So he said nothing. He said he'd been waiting for this his whole life.
Man, it's amazing to think about when Paul was talking to Timothy and he says, well, you've heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, and trust to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. You know, God's vision from the beginning was multiplication and generation upon generation of disciples. And man, it's so exciting to get to be a part of that.
I've been discipling students here who are freshmen, and I've actually also been taking these things the BCM's taught me and discipling kids back at home in my small community who's never even heard of discipleship. In short, it's through the people here at the BCM who have dedicated their lives to changing students' lives and winning lives of Christ that has completely redirected my entire life.